Okay, so today is chapter 15, Time Management Technique. So there are 8 basic time management techniques that you're going to learn in this chapter. So they're listed right here. They're be creative, be selective, delegate, do it now, set time standards for yourself, eliminate the unnecessary, respect other people's time, and do not rationalize. Then there are 2 important truisms. So they are, if you want something done on time, give it to the problem solver. Because most of the problem solvers who get things done are the kind of people every industry wants. There's always time to do what you truly want to do. So this also tells us about the attitude of people and who didn't do certain things. With common excuse of I don't have time, or I don't understand, or I don't want to do. So why do we study time? So in industry, time is valuable. Okay, it is gold or money. So everyone who works in the industries should know what their time is worth. So knowing the value of your time will keep you from spending time on work not worth that you cost the company. So make sure you do your job within the time you're supposed to be working at your company. Okay, so the first technique is be creative. So creativity in industry is nothing but finding new way to do the work. Industrial engineering profession can find better methods for others, but we should also find better methods for ourselves. So become a PC expert by doing all reporting on the PC to reduce the amount of routine reporting projects. You can also use the spreadsheet programs for standards, cost estimating, and cost reduction. So most math work becomes automatic and also more accurate. And use computer-aided design programs for layout and workstation design. So this is what I'm talking about in class. You only have to draw it, okay, when you're learning the foundations or basics at school. When you go to work, they have their own program and they have archive that they can be able to use directly. Okay, all you have to just copy and insert it. So it's pretty convenient for everyone because we can't be able to use time to draw these things by hand anymore. Okay, so promote the use of standard data for time standards that is about 20 to 30 times faster. You can also develop computer formulas for costing to speed up the process and to improve the quality of your work. Look into computer time study for establishing standard data. Again, the quality of your work will improve. Investigate on time performance reporting to automate the labor performance reporting systems. Investigate automated downtime monitoring to monitor equipment, okay, for problems. So whatever the job that is you're doing, if you can eliminate, combine, change the sequence, or simplify to save time and money. So the more you save time, the more you save money. The more routine the job, the better the chances that we can automate, okay? Okay, so the next one is be selective. So selectivity is important in every area of human endeavor. So every engineer and manager, okay, we must make decisions on what is most important. So you have to truly understand what's most important in our work. So several problems such as job problems, family problems, and social problems may occur at the same time. So you will have to decide which one are you going to solve it first. Okay. So there's no absolute rule as which to the situation is different. So the choice is all yours alone to make the best out of your situation. So you can ask for advice mental and other support, financial support, but the choice, okay, to decide the situation is yours. The same thing you can apply to your job. So usually it is in the right direction if you gather all the information needed to set priorities of your situation to make that choice. Okay. So first you must learn to know what's important and give the most important task top priority. To find out what's important, you must learn what your supervisor wants and what other work demands. So supervisors' requests, they usually take priorities. At times you may not agree with them. When that happens, talk to the management. And they may not know what you're doing, so you must communicate regularly with them and discuss. So this is where you apply your interpersonal skills. Successful people, they talk to each other, okay? They also talk to other people, and they know everything that is going on around them. So you must talk to your supervisor what you want and what you think in a most humble way. And this will make life easier for both of you on long run. So when communication stalls, problems will automatically set in. So you definitely don't want to cut the communication between you and everybody at work. Okay, the routine and the special jobs. You're gonna check your backlog. Okay, and should be listed, and then you're gonna prioritize. So you know which job to get it done first. So be sure you understand your job priorities. And this depends on the company's day-to-day business. So you have to be aware of these things. And once your job's been listed, do the most important thing first. And then go down, okay? So take notes at meetings so you will not forget. And you can look it back and add requested or promised work, okay, to your backlog list and do what you promise and do it on time. So those are the habits that you have to adopt. And while you're in school, you've got to do your best, okay, to get into these habits. So learn to say no when you can't or you shouldn't do for various reasons. And put that out very diplomatically. Don't go ahead and shout and fight them, okay? Do not fight, do not attack, do not react or get emotional about it, the things that you don't want to do. So there will always be 24 hours per day for now, so be selective and learn to say no and cut jobs that ain't necessary or important, okay, out of your day. Select what's important, concentrate on it, and then finish that job. And then continue with your priority, and you have to repeat that cycle. So keep a proper balance among your work, your family, your school, that's optional, and social demands will make you a very successful person. So again, keep it balanced, okay? Delegate. So delegation is nothing but assigning other people some of your work. So when your workload grows, your employees can lend assistance. So as your ability to solve problem increases, more problems and responsibility will be added for you. So management rewards comes with more resources for you. You may have like secretary or assistant, okay, department support, etc. So you must decide what you will give away in the form of work to them. So routine tasks are the first job, okay, to delegate, writing daily, weekly, monthly reports, collecting routine information, and providing routine services. You can delegate these work to other people. Okay, then priorities are set for all projects as A, B, C, okay, designation, and so A priorities are the ones you do, and the B and C priorities are those you will delegate because they're not as important. So screen calls, mail, okay, must be delegated to someone else. Much time is wasted on meaningless phone calls and junk mails, so you can give this job to your assistant. Enjoy what you do. So if not, consider changing your job because you will have to do your job every day, okay, most of your life. So make sure you choose the right job, and if you feel like you don't fit into your job, then make sure you consider changing it and find something that will fit to you. So do what you do best and recruit people to complement and augment your skills so you do not duplicate yourself. Okay, so this is called team building, and it's really important to do it. So whatever you have delegated, you only give the work to your delegates, not responsibility. Responsibility is still yours. So make sure you manage your delegates through meetings and briefings. The next thing is do it now. So you must do what you must do in your job, and you should do it now. Meaning, don't put the job down until it is finished. For example, you have a report coming in for you to review. You either do it now or file it up. Never put it aside to do it later at your desk. Okay, you will never get to it ever again. So unpleasant jobs, because if you have unpleasant jobs, okay, and they usually cause us more headaches and heartaches. So when we put them off a long time, so just do it now, get it over with, and stop worrying. So many of you have um, something off so long that it is embarrassing. So when you finally do it, okay, so doing it now is a habit that will save time, because we handle it, think about it, and worry about it, okay, only for a very short time. So it won't give you a lot of stress over time, okay? So do it now and do it right away is a really good habit. Otherwise, you will have to carry that burden until you finish it. You don't want it. Alright, set time standards for yourself. So time standards are goals. So each new project should be estimated and the time should be recorded. So these time standards are expert opinion standards. They ain't the direct labor time standards. Okay, so you don't have to be so accurate to form your expert opinion time standards for yourself. So time standards are used to time the project. So some projects may take too long, but time standards will tell to move on. So time standards can also ensure the communication between you and your supervisor. So make sure you take your own time standards, okay, and also your supervisor, so that way you can balance with them. So for example, your supervisor may have thinking about a day's project while you estimate 3 days. Okay, so this indicates a misunderstanding between you two. So cost and relationships can be saved by developing and also communicating the time standards. So it's really important that you have these. So the most important employee you will ever need to control is you, okay? So therefore it's very important and vital to set time standards for your own work first. Okay, estimate the unnecessary. So knowing what is unnecessary is as important as knowing what is most important. So eliminate insignificant tasks and non-productive activities. Insignificant tasks are jobs that can be done more economically by other employees at lower pay rates. So therefore you need to sort it out, which one is important, which one is not, which one is not necessary. Okay. So for example, preoccupation, remembering errors, and planning too much are examples of non-productive activities, and they definitely waste your time. Okay, so preoccupation are personal problems, material problems, financial problems, and people problems at work, and past errors. So preoccupation, you definitely need to control, okay, control it on your own time, at your own peace of mind. And the best rule is to do what you can and move on to the next project. Okay, don't stall yourself and don't procrastinate. Okay, these things are very important. You're gonna try and you're gonna do it, whether that's correct or not correct, and then you're gonna move on to the next project and then come back to it when you have to fix it. Okay. Alright, so remembering past unpleasant problem is also a waste of time and energy because it harms your attitude in the present. And put mistakes behind you as soon as possible after learning what you did wrong, and then let it go. Okay, don't feel on it, don't feed on it. So learn from the mistakes and talk it out with your supervisor. Tell them what you did wrong, how bad you feel about it, and ask if you can go on from there, right? So do not spend more time worrying about how you didn't do it right. No more. Okay, you gotta cut that out. And no one is perfect. Everyone has made mistakes, and surely we will make mistakes again and again. Okay, so but you have to try your best not to make the same mistake twice. Okay, especially at your work. Alright, so taking responsibility for your action is another sign of maturity, and every supervisor appreciates it. So if you ever made a mistake, own it. Okay, don't argue about it. Okay, just cut it short and close the conversation. So thinking about too much can be very non-productive. So planning is good, but planning too details and spending too much time on planning is going to slow you down. So people who plan to details, they make very few mistakes, but they also do very little work. So the challenge in industrial technology is to know how much planning is enough. So at some point, planning must stop and implementation, must start. Okay, so next one is you respect other people's time. Keep social time out of your work time. Okay, like before or after regular hours. Interruption in work time by social interactions is going to slow you down and waste your time. So much time can be lost getting back to where you were before each social or other interruption. So when you visit other people's offices, so respect their work time, check their office hours, schedules, and meeting times. Okay, so before you go visit them, so don't expect your supervisor to do your work. Follow the instruction, turn in completed reports on time, and you must let your supervisor know what you are doing, okay, by providing well-planned project status reports. So keep him informed, but at the same time, you have to respect his time. Okay, do not rationalize. So rationalizing is just producing a good excuse for doing something wrong. Okay, excuses are they're very non-productive and a waste of everybody's time. So don't give excuses. Okay. For example, doing something unnecessary because you do it so well is rationalizing. Putting something off because someone did not do what they were supposed to do is rationalizing. So not doing something your supervisor thought was important because you did not have time is rationalizing. So there is no excuse other than your own inability. Right, time management techniques. So these time management techniques will allow you to do more in the same amount of time. So you can get 1.5 years of experience every year if you manage your time. Okay, so you got about 60 months of more experience if you go with your time management. So you will go further and faster than your fellow employees because you have made more time. Okay, and you can apply these techniques to your school work as well. So make sure you do it. And it's not really hard, okay, if you try to make it a habit, and it will be very good for you for your life Okay, it's a big change for you, so make sure you try to get into the habit before you ever start your job. Okay, and it will also help you with your relationship with your parents or your spouse or your significant others or your girlfriends or boyfriends. Okay, and also definitely at school, so make sure you do your work on time. Make sure you study about yourself, which is really important. Come up with a goal planning, okay, and make it happen by doing your job right away without putting it up. Okay, don't discriminate. Also, make sure you don't rationalize. So it's same as procrastinating. Okay. I've already told you not to discriminate your job. Just do it in order. Okay. You align them with the time and then list their priorities. So if you're doing the schoolwork, you're gonna list the job that you need to do, your assignments, your activity, whatever you need to do for each course, okay, and put them on timeline, and then get it done, okay, one by one in that order, and finish it. Okay, that's it, okay, for chapter 15. Make sure you do your chapter 15 assignments. You have to do only one time, yeah.